In this video, we are going to cover the search in the Essay Darby test. We'll be looking at some of the main search criteria, which would involve the use of wind, the application to terrain and cover, a good pace, primarily the gallop, the ability of the pup or the dog to adjust to cover conditions, its contact with a handler, and a systematic pattern that is appropriate for the dog's age. It's important to know that young dogs, we don't expect such a systematic approach. This is Danny. This is her first time out. She's hunting into the wind. You can see she's maintaining a decent pace and turning into the wind, which is what we look for. She'll stop and check the scent a little bit. It's all new to her. And then move on. We'll look for more in an older dog, but for a very, very young puppy, this is just fine. Now here we do have an older dog, again hunting into the wind, with a handler occasionally giving it some help with a turn whistle. All right, you can see what different cover this is. It's much wider open space, sparser, and the dog can go at a very good pace and at a wider range. We would expect them to be ranging a little further as they get older and to be going at a little bit better pace and taking handler directions when required. You can see this dog also turns into the wind nicely. And then comes back across. This is what we term systematic. It has a good approach to the cover, a good approach to the terrain. It works in a almost windshield-like pattern, but it should always be adjusted to the wind and cover conditions. This is also about a year-old dog. The wind is variable, the cover is very thick, and very uneven terrain underfoot. Right. You can see the dog using its nose and lifting and turning into the wind. Occasionally coming across almost behind the handler, but this is acceptable for a young dog. Absolutely fine. And here it goes back to a nice pattern, working the whole area and turning into the wind mostly. And then the handler stopped at chasing a little bird. But a chase is fine in this test. Young dogs are not expected to be steady to flush at birds. And here you can see the dog start to get some scent, hone in, and it results in a point, which is nice to see a result from the searching. Okay, let's have a quick review of what we were looking for, or what we will look for. A use of wind, as you saw. The application to terrain and cover should be different depending on the cover and the terrain. A pace primarily at the gallop, even with the young dogs. Adjusting to cover conditions, contact with a handler, and a reasonably systematic pattern for a young dog.